Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. As you can see, I am right in the middle of raid hour. It is raid hour right now, but there's a couple of things I wanted to talk with you guys about. There's a couple of things that a lot of people have been commenting about on YouTube videos, and people in the stream today have come in and asked a bunch of questions about three major topics. The first major topic that I still haven't talked about, but I want to talk about a bit today, is about KeyArt 5. So we have gotten our KeyArt 5. A lot of us have gotten it. And I just want to answer a couple of quick questions. A lot of people have asked, well, what's the best skill to put on KeyArt 5? What should I use on KeyArt 5? You know, etc., etc. And the whole topic of this Let's Talk is going to be, if you guys have been watching me for a long time, a lot of times people will come in, people will ask, and people will say, hey, what should I do with this? You know, or what should I run on this? What metal should I use in this Keyblade? What skills should I use on this metal? Is this metal good gilded, not gilded, etc., etc.? And the biggest answer I have to tell you, the biggest question I always ask is, what trait do you have? I know that in the past I used to ask, and I used to say when people said, oh, what's Keyblade is the best, or what metal is the best, I would say, well, it depends what other metals you have. A Keyblade is only as good as the metals you have in it, and a certain power hitter is only as good as the metals as you can buff it with before, and the skill that you put in it. But now, because of traits, we have an entirely new concept in the game. Traits have come to add a new layer of... It's just a new layer. It's a whole new layer on top of that. Before, when it used to be a Keyblade is only as good as the metals in it, or a metal like, you know, World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth, which I'm going to use a lot in this video talking about. World of Final Fantasy Sephiroth was only as good as the metals you put behind it, you know. And if a metal is gilded, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I have been saying for a long time, all these metals are great, but they're not that great unless you're able to gild them. But now we have an entirely new thing in the game, and that is traits. For buffers, or for metals that have the capacity of doing ridiculous amount of damage, you need the correct traits. So let's talk about KeyArt 5 to begin with. KeyArt 5 is a speed upright buffer, so the best one that I can relate him to here is my Sebastian. So Sebastian is he raises strength by 3 tiers for 1 turn. So whenever we have that, we call it a GDA. 3 plus GA. Sorry, 3 plus GA. So a 3 plus GA is a 3 times general attack up. That's how we look at them. And those metals, you may have heard and seen a lot of them. Illustrated Kyrie, Sebastian, Illustrated Belle and Beast. What's the other one? Oh, Ariel and Flounder. Mermaid and Fish. Sorry. That's something we were joking about the other day. So those metals have been crucial for a very long time in our game, because they have been the most you can get in general attack up in a single metal. Now that they have taken our levels up so high, like you can see right now, I am running a 6 times attribute, and these have 4. Now the fact that everything can go all the way up to 7 has radically changed the game. And with the introduction of traits, we also have that new double cast. Double cast is crucial for many of these metals. For a lot of you who have been watching me for a long time, you know that at the end of last year, I made the choice to become very competitive in this game. I wanted to be a competitive player, which means I wanted to rank high in Coliseum. I wanted to rank high in all the high score challenges. I was willing to both spend money and spend a lot of time in getting up there, being able to rank up high enough in everything. because I had already spent a considerable amount of money, I had a very large amount of jewels, of metals, that I felt I was able to actually compete. For those of you who have been watching me for the past month or so, you know that that has changed. A lot of that has changed, and a lot of that has changed with my first trait video. In my first trait video, I went through and I was unable to get a double cast, extra power, you know, minus 40%, on any of those metals. So now to be able to get effectively that 2 times that 6+ general attack up, I need to use 2 of my metals, taking up 2 slots in my Keyblade. Now, this isn't bad. I know there's a lot of people out there who have sent me, actually, thank you very much. They've sent me setups and emails and stuff saying, listen, I was able to do all this. I'm this high up in the Coliseum using this setup with 2 of these. And I really appreciate it. And I am going to do a push in Coliseum because I do want to be in the top 1,000. I am going to try my hardest with what I have. If you guys notice right now, I am trying this. I haven't given up on the game at all. This is the setup I have, but I could be doing so much more if I had right here, this guy had double cast. So that's what I'm looking at. So whenever people ask and say, let's go back to KeyArt 5. When people come in and say, what skill should I put on KeyArt 5? Should I use KeyArt 5? Is he good? Well, I'd have to ask, were you able to guild him? And if you were able to guild him, did you get double cast? If you didn't get double cast, then I would have to also ask, well, do you already have a 3 times GA medal with double cast? If you have one, you're going to end up using that one instead of KeyArt 5. KeyArt 5 is wonderful. It's beautiful. If you were able to guild him, congratulations. It is an amazingly good medal on certain Keyblades, especially Sleeping Lion and other ones that benefit from having that upright speed slot. But for me personally, it's a medal for my album. I'm very happy that I got him. I'm very happy that I have him. But you guys aren't going to see me running it because, well, until maybe we get a... if we ever get a Fantasia Mickey C or something like that, that will reroll traits, then it could become very handy in for me. And I would use Fantasia Mickey B's to guild mine that has 3 orbs on it. So that's kind of where it comes to the point now in this game. That's what traits are. That's where traits have taken us to this point. It's very unfortunate that the developers have released such a concept into a game that a lot of people, you know, think what we weren't ready for. We weren't ready for that type of dynamic of game mechanic because of the type of medals we have and where we are in our game. But we have it now. That's the thing. We have it. If they had held off on it, if they had waited to give us those traits, then someone like me, and I know I've said this before already, someone like me who hoards every single medal, knowing that traits were going to come in the future, I wouldn't have guilted anything. I wouldn't have combined anything. I would have been completely stagnant in the game. So I do appreciate the fact that they rushed out and gave us traits quicker. That was good. Unfortunately, my RNG is not good, and it hasn't benefited me. Because for those of you who have watched, no. You know what? I'm not going to complain. I can't complain. I do have double cast in JNS. And I need to guild that JNS because that is a medal that is still going to be quite relevant for quite some time. But anyway, so continuing. So that's my opinion about KeyArt 5. Is it worth putting Trinity on it? Is it worth putting an AB3 Max on it? Is it worth putting anything? To be perfectly honest, like I said before, I'm going to ask you, do you already have another medal with general attack ×3 with double cast? If you already have one with double cast, I would tell you focus on that medal. Focus on that medal. Make that medal the star at the beginning of your Keyblade to be able to progress in the game. Next, just to show you guys, we're going to talk about Miss Namine right here. Okay, let's talk about Namine. the current banners, we're going to go back because we got to continue. We got to continue rating. We can't stop rating. The current banners right now are not mercied. That is very disappointing. The fact that a banner is not mercy means you have to pull and pull and pull, and you don't know what you're gonna get. I've been watching the Pulse channel. And there has been some amazing luck. There's a lot of people who have gotten HD Namine and Illustrator Roxas in the first pull. Congratulations to you. That's really awesome. There's some people who I know have been pulling 15, 20. I think someone said they've pulled 34 times right now, and they still don't have Namine. Namine is wonderful. So, to explain a little bit about what Namine does. Namine basically takes her special, copies the medal that is after her. So the best possible explanation I could give you is, imagine if I had her on my Divine Rose in the 4th slot instead of my Tama. This means that she would take Sephiroth's special, which as we all know is wonderful. He is so strong, he is so awesome. But she would use her multiplier and her guilt. That is where the next problem appears. You have to have her guilted. And that's, we're not even talking traits yet, okay? We're not talking traits yet. We're not talking anything yet. We are simply talking right now about the fact that to be able to get the most out of her, you have to have her guilted. If you pull one, she's not going to do more damage than, for example, in my case, like someone like me, she's not going to do more damage than my Tama. It's more beneficial for me to just stick with Tama. I can't even plan and think to myself, well, you know what? I need to pull 10 times, because 5 times and I get one of her, and pull another 5 times and I get another of her, like what happened with Illustrated KH2 Kairi. That's not the case for HD Namine. HD Namine is a medal that, to fully use her, like most medals in this game. Well, actually, no. There's a lot of medals in this game you don't have to have them guilted. But she is one. She is one that you are going to have guilted. We're not even talking about traits yet, guys, okay? We're not talking about how broken she would be if she had double cast. We're not talking about if she had double cast and 1,000 strength, or how incredible she would be if she had that bonus on raid bosses, okay? We're not talking about any of that. She would be absolutely and incredibly wonderful for me personally on my 4th slot in my Divine Rose. But I would have to have her both guilted, and I would probably have to have double caster 1,000. I don't know. We're not even going to go there. So yeah. So that's how I feel. Ooh, 100%. Woohoo. Okay. But that's how I feel about HD Namine. Does that mean I want to pull in this banner? Of course it does. That's the nature of this game. This game is designed, and all of these games are designed to entice you. You want to pull. You want to think, you know what? Maybe my luck will be good. Maybe my luck will be awesome, and it'll be really great. And as game breaking, as potentially game breaking as Namine is she worth chasing after? The banners right now give you the guaranteed tier 4, which is wonderful. That is very good. That is very wonderful. But I can't afford to chase her. I can't afford to chase after her in the hopes that I'm going to get 2 of them. Which leads me to my last thing. Am I going to pull in this banner? I want to. Don't think I don't want to. I want to so much to pull in this banner. Am I going to? Probably I'll pull once or twice before, but I have 20 days. I also want to see how good the competition, or how intense and fierce the competition is in the current high score challenge. I want to see, in a couple of days, when people, like maybe Monday or Tuesday, when people are saying, hey, it's you need this much to be in the top 1,000. If top 1,000 seems to be a possibility, I might try and go for it. But I still don't, and this is for me personally. The other side of the coin is me wanting to get an illustrated Kyrie so that I can re-roll on my current illustrated Kyrie in the hopes of someday getting that double cast. That is a huge one for me. A lot of you know also that I am hoping and waiting that oh, I'm not going to be able to defeat you? Yes, I am. A lot of people know that I am hoping and waiting that we will be getting a boosted guilting campaign on Monday. If we get a boosted guilting campaign on Monday, you guys are going to see me guilt and roll traits on a lot of medals because, and something that Proper Artist just said. Thank you, man. Proper Artist just said, you know, I know he's talking with someone else, but they brought up the topic of competitiveness again. Competitiveness is very important in this game. I wanted to be competitive. I wanted to be very competitive. And you guys saw me last month. Last month, I was able to achieve top 50 in Coliseum. I am so happy about that. I worked so hard to get that, you know. And that's not something that I'm able to do right now unless I get that double cast. That double cast on a general attack up, 3 times general attack, is very important for me to be able to accomplish that. But yeah, okay. And then one last thing. Okay, Miss Lois just said something. But will it be worth pulling on the 20th day when High Score Challenge ends next week? For this High Score Challenge, no. If I want to be competitive and get my magic gems in this High Score Challenge, I need to pull in the next 5 or 6 days, right? But is HD Namine worth having before the banner goes away? That only can be answered by what we get in the next 20 days. We're bound to get another banner. Are the Sum medals going to come? Are we going to get some other medal that's going to come? Are we going to get Oogie in 2 weeks, you know? I don't know. If I just look at HD Namine as the medal that she is, yes, she is very awesome. She would be absolutely wonderful. I would love to have her. Yes, I would love to have her. She's not a mercy pull. The falling price banner, whatever you want to call it, it's a wonderful deal. That's great, but you still have to have the jewels. It's not like we're not getting any of them free, you know. Am I going to invest 31,000 jewels into trying to chase for her? That's the question. And that's the question that I'm asking myself now. Is it something that I personally want to chase after? I can't answer that yet. I can't answer that yet because I just simply don't know. I know that someone actually did send me someone did send me a gift card asking me to pull for her, and I will be using that. I almost forgot about that. I'm sorry. They said they didn't want to be named. They didn't want, you know, to be recognized. But I want to say thank you. Thank you very much publicly. So at least one pull. I have one pull that was sponsored. I will be doing that pull before the High Score Challenge ends. And if I add on a couple of pulls for myself, I'll have to see. You never know. See, and that's the part that gets us with this game. In the back of your mind, there's always that little thought that says, you know what? You might pull and you'll get 2 of them in your first pull. Because that's what RNG is. That's what RNG is. RNG is this incredible thing that's like, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I just want to have an informal let's talk about this. You guys know this is how the let's talks happen whenever they happen like this. I just want to go through it with you guys, explain to you guys how I'm feeling about something, where I am, and my opinion. That is my opinion about the current banners. We're not even, you know what? I'm not talking about Illustrator events, guys. I think I already covered that in my previous videos. In my update video, I talked extensively about how I felt about the banner situation, how I felt about Illustrator Ventus. If you want to go check that out, please do. But I did want to explain a little more because a lot of people have been coming and asking me, should I pull for her? And in the current banner, there is no mercy. So if you want to pull for HD Namine, you need to commit yourself to pulling until you get her. Again, that could be 1 pull, 5 pulls, 10 pulls, 85 pulls. You have no clue when you're going to get it. There is no mercy. There is no guarantee. So, as always, do what makes you happy. Don't get into debt. That is my biggest recommendation. Don't get into debt for a game. If you have the financial capacity to pull and enjoy yourself, do it and have fun. If this game no longer is fun, then it's probably time to stop playing it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, me tackling raid bosses while we talk about the current banner, how I feel about the current banner, what I recommend, and thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. See ya.